50 years after the screwball comedy doc, What's Going On captivated viewers with its humorous dialogue and ridiculous chase sequences. But then, the terrible truth hits. A number of our favorite cast members who made us happy have departed from us forever. Barbra Streisand and Ryan O'Neal starred in this iconic Peter Bogdanovich film, which was filled with love antics and misidentifications. However, beneath the ageless laughter is a sobering reality. Some of its most renowned performers have passed away. Every performer in the movie, from the protagonist to the ones that steal the show, left behind memorable moments that now act as their farewell bow. Madeline Kahn. When Madeline Kahn first appeared on screen as Eunice Burns in What's Up, Doc? In 1972, audiences had no idea they were witnessing the birth of one of comedy's greatest talents. Her portrayal of Howard Bannister's uptight and neurotic fiancé was nothing short of brilliant, turning what could have been a thankless, supporting role into a scene-stealing masterpiece. Kahn's Eunice was a woman wound so tight she practically vibrated with anxiety, delivering lines like, "I'm coming in," with such perfect vocal inflection that the phrase became legendary among comedy fans. This was her feature film debut, and she announced herself as a major talent with every perfectly timed grimace and exasperated sigh. Born in Boston in 1942, Kahn discovered her love for performing early. She studied speech therapy at Hofstra University on a drama scholarship, where professors quickly recognized her exceptional voice and comedic timing. Her classical training as an opera singer gave her the vocal control that became her trademark, allowing her to shift from whispered vulnerability to piercing shrieks with precision. After college, she moved to New York City, working in theater and slowly building a reputation as a gifted performer who could make any character memorable. Her breakthrough in What's Up, Doc? Led directly to her most famous collaborations with Mel Brooks. She earned back-to-back Oscar nominations for Paper Moon, 1973, and Blazing Saddles, 1974, cementing her place as one of the funniest women in Hollywood. Brooks once said she was one of the most talented people that ever lived, and her performances in Young Frankenstein and High Anxiety proved his point. On Broadway, she won a Tony Award in 1993 for The Sisters Rosenzweig, showing her range extended far beyond comedy. In October 1999, Kahn publicly revealed she was battling ovarian cancer, hoping to raise awareness about the disease. She had already been fighting it privately for a year while continuing to work. On December 3, 1999, just 2 months after marrying her longtime partner John Hansberry, Madeline Kahn died at age 57, with her husband and brother by her side. She left behind a legacy of laughter that continues to bring joy to new generations. Her unique voice and fearless commitment to comedy created characters that remain unforgettable decades later. Kenneth Marzen. What's up, Doc? Kenneth Mars brought unforgettable energy to the role of Hugh Simon, the rival musicologist determined to win the grant that Howard Bannister so desperately needed. Mars created a character both threatening and hilarious, speaking in what he claimed was Croatian, but was actually a made-up language that director Peter Bogdanovich encouraged him to improvise. His pompous, scheming Simon was somehow charming, in his obvious desperation to impress the committee. The way Mars delivered lines like, "I would like to say, I love your hair," with a thick, fabricated accent became one of the film's most quoted moments. Born in Chicago in 1935, Mars grew up in a show business family. After studying acting at Northwestern University, he moved to New York City, working for years in theater and learning to fully realize characters even in small roles. Mars became best known for his collaborations with Mel Brooks, starting with his unforgettable role as Nazi playwright Franz Liebkind in The Producers, 1967. He later played Inspector Kemp in Young Frankenstein and appeared in History of the World. Part 1. Beyond live action, Mars thrived as a voice actor. most famously as King Triton in Disney's The Little Mermaid and Grandpa Longneck in The Land Before Time series. In 2006, Mars was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer that had already spread. Too ill to continue voice work, he spent his final years with his wife Barbra and their 2 daughters. On February 12, 2011, Kenneth Mars died at home in Granada Hills, California, at age 75. He left behind a remarkable body of work, proving his ability to make every character memorable, no matter how small. Mabel Albertson. Mabel Albertson's role as Mrs. Van Hoskins in What's Up, Doc? Perfectly fit her specialty as Hollywood's go-to actress for wealthy, imperious women. As a hotel guest whose valuable jewelry became central to the chaotic mix-up of identical plaid bags, Albertson brought decades of experience to the role. Her Mrs. Van Hoskins was haughty, demanding, and utterly convinced of her superiority. Yet, still likable enough that audiences enjoyed watching her get caught in Barbra Streisand's whirlwind. Born in Massachusetts in 1901 to Russian Jewish immigrants, Albertson came from humble beginnings. After early work in vaudeville and radio, she entered film in her 50s, becoming one of Hollywood's most recognizable character actresses. She specialized in judgmental mothers, meddling mothers-in-law, and society women. She was best known as Phyllis Stevens, Darren's neurotic mother on Bewitched, who always ended visits with, "Take me home. I have a sick headache." Her film credits included The Long, Hot Summer, Barefoot in the Park, and On a Clear Day, You Can See Forever. In the mid-1970s, Albertson began showing signs of Alzheimer's disease. She retired and spent her final years in Santa Monica, cared for by family. On September 28, 1982, she died at age 81. Her ashes were scattered in the Pacific Ocean. Albertson's career created a gallery of unforgettable characters who added structure and humor to countless films and shows during Hollywood's golden age. Liam Dunn, the courtroom finale of What's Up, Doc? Belongs to Liam Dunn, whose performance as Judge Maxwell turned a simple wrap-up into one of the film's comedic highlights. Dunn played the long-suffering judge forced to untangle Ryan O'Neal's increasingly absurd explanation of events. His deadpan delivery of lines like, "No, but it's consistent," displayed his gift for finding humor in frustration. Born in New Jersey in 1916, Dunn initially worked as a CBS casting director before shifting to acting later in life. His role as Judge Maxwell caught the attention of Mel Brooks, who cast him in Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein. He also appeared in several Disney comedies, including The World's Greatest Athlete and Herbie Rides Again, always bringing dry wit and perfect timing. In 1976, while filming The Shaggy DA, Dunn collapsed on set. He had long suffered from emphysema, a progressive lung disease. On April 11, 1976, he died at age 59. Liam Dunn proved that great character acting could elevate any scene, turning small roles into lasting memories. Ryan O'Neal's performance as Howard Bannister. In What's Up, Doc? Showcased a rarely seen comedic side of the actor. Playing the mild-mannered musicologist swept into Barbra Streisand's chaos, O'Neal proved he could handle screwball comedy as skillfully as drama. Born in Los Angeles in 1941, O'Neal grew up in a showbiz family but first pursued boxing. His breakthrough came with Peyton Place in the 1960s, followed by his star-making role in Love Story, 1970, which earned him an Oscar nomination. He later appeared in Paper Moon with daughter Tatum O'Neal, Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon, and The Main Event with Streisand. In later years, he battled leukemia, 2001, and prostate cancer, 2012, yet continued acting, including a recurring role on Bones. His turbulent personal life often overshadowed his career, especially his long relationship with Farrah Fawcett. On December 8, 2023, Ryan O'Neal died in Santa Monica at age 82 from congestive heart failure. His 5-decade career created memorable characters that entertained millions, even as his personal struggles reflected the human cost of fame. John Hillerman. John Hillerman's appearance as Culpepper, the hotel manager in What's Up, Doc? Was brief but memorable. His dry delivery of "No, I don't think so" when Ryan O'Neal's character greeted him showed why Peter Bogdanovich cast him so often in the 1970s. Born in Texas in 1932, Hillerman served in the Air Force before pursuing acting. After years on stage, Bogdanovich cast him in the last picture show What's Up, Doc? And Paper Moon. His biggest break came as Jonathan Higgins on Magnum P.I. 1980-88, where his convincing British accent fooled audiences into thinking he was truly English. He won an Emmy in 1987 for the role. Hillerman retired in 1999, living quietly in Texas. On November 9, 2017, he died at age 84 from cardiovascular disease. John Hillerman proved how a great character actor could transform even the smallest role into something unforgettable.